What if the stories of the Bible were more than just stories? What if one book could open a doorway through time, a journey of courage, faith, miracles, and adventure begins now. Welcome to Zack's Bible Adventures. Late one quiet night, Zack opened a book unlike any other.
Whoa! Samson was actually this strong.
But the more Zack read, the more the stories began to feel alive.
These stories feel so real.
And then, something impossible happened.
Wait, why is the Bible glowing?
A hidden power awakened, opening a doorway through time itself.
No, this is crazy!
Before he could escape, the portal pulled him inside. Zack was no longer in his bedroom. He had traveled back into the world of the Bible.
Where am I?
Who is that boy? What is he wearing?
Stop right here!
Is he Wait, alive?
What? Came from?
I didn't do anything.
In a world he never knew, Zack had become a stranger in time. Zack ran for his life through the crowded streets until he crashed into a man unlike any he had ever seen.
You're Samson.
But the soldiers were already closing in.
They're coming! We have to run!
Without
Get
fear,
them.
Samson
Take the
stepped
boy.
forward and stood between Zack and the army. Swords surrounded them from every side. Zack hid nearby, watching a legend come alive before his eyes. A spear shot through the air, and Samson caught it with his bare hand. With a roar of strength, he shattered the weapon in two. Then Samson unleashed his fury, and in the middle of chaos and fear, Zack witnessed the power of a true warrior.
No way! Samson's so strong!
From the smoke and chaos, a new warrior emerged. The streets fell silent as two giants stood face to face. With a roar that shook the city walls, Goliath attacked first. But Samson stood his ground. The earth cracked beneath them as strength collided with strength. In that moment, Zack remembered the words he once heard. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. Meanwhile, high above the city walls, darkness gathered inside the king's castle. The battle with Samson had shaken the entire kingdom.
We threw everything at him. He destroyed our army.
The throne room trembled beneath the king's fury.
Silence. If Samson cannot be controlled, then he must be broken.
But then, someone unexpected entered the hall.
Perhaps strength is not Samson's weakness. Perhaps his heart is.
You believe you can stop him?
Every warrior has a weakness, and I intend to find his.
And with one smile, a dangerous plan was set into motion. After everything Zack had been through, he never expected to end up traveling the city with Samson. The strongest man alive somehow made every moment feel exciting. Everywhere they went, people stopped to watch the strongest man alive. No matter how hard Zack tried, Samson always made it look easy. Somehow, Samson always knew how to make Zack laugh. With one arm, Samson lifted the giant log like it weighed nothing.
Whoa.
For the first time in a long time, Zack felt safe. But while Zack was finally beginning to feel happy, danger was already watching from above. From high above the city, someone new had caught Samson's attention.
So, you're Samson. Maybe there's more to you than muscles after all. Tell me more about yourself, Samson.
The closer Samson got to Delilah, the more Zack began to worry.
Tell me something nobody else knows about you.
I don't trust her, Samson.
But Samson was too distracted to notice the danger, because Delilah was hiding the truth.
Did he tell you the secret yet?
Not yet, but he's starting to trust me.
Good. Stay close to him.
He won't suspect a thing.
and together they prepared to bring Samson down.
You know, I still don't understand how someone can be as strong as you.
Samson smiled, completely unaware of the danger hiding behind her words.
There has to be something special about you. Tell me your secret. You can trust me.
Samson told her the truth. He told Delilah that his strength came from God, and if his hair was ever cut, he would lose his power.
So your hair is the source of your power.
Samson, something feels wrong. You can't trust her like this.
But Samson's heart was clouded. He could not see the danger standing before him. From the shadows, Delilah watched carefully, hiding her true intentions behind a gentle smile. That night, Samson rested peacefully, unaware that betrayal was sitting beside him. The Philistine soldiers marched through the dark corridors, ready to strike the mighty Samson. Delilah smiled softly, but in her hand was the weapon that would steal Samson's strength.
No! Delilah, don't do it!
But it was too late. The betrayal had already begun, and as Samson's hair fell to the floor, the power God had given him left him.
Samson, your hair!
In that terrible moment, Samson realized the truth. Delilah had betrayed him.
How could you do this to him?
But Delilah showed no regret, for the reward she desired was finally hers. The Philistine king laughed proudly, believing Samson was finally broken.
Throw him in the dungeon.
Leave him alone! He did nothing wrong!
With his strength gone, Samson could no longer fight back against the soldiers. Bound in heavy chains, Samson was dragged into the darkness of the prison.
This isn't the end, Samson. God is still with you.
Even in chains, Zack refused to abandon his friend. The long night grew silent, and exhaustion finally overcame Zack. Alone in the cold prison, Samson mourned the strength he had lost, and the mistake that led him there. In the darkness of the prison, Samson cried out to God. Samson prayed not for freedom, but for one last chance to fulfill God's purpose. The Philistines filled the city with celebration, believing Samson had finally fallen. They mocked the man who once defeated entire armies with the strength God had given him. The Philistines celebrated as Samson was brought before the crowd in chains.
Your mighty hero is powerless now.
But deep inside, Samson's faith had not died. From across the crowded temple, Samson called out for Zack.
I need to get close to him.
Samson grabbed Zack before he could run back into the crowd.
Samson, what's happening?
With pain in his eyes, Samson pushed Zack toward the exit.
No, I can't leave you!
Zack ran through the crowd as fear filled his heart.
Please be okay.
Then Samson stood between the pillars and prayed for strength one final time. The ground trembled beneath the temple. The giant pillars began to split apart. God answered Samson's final prayer, and the mighty warrior stood strong once again. The king and Delilah could only watch in fear as the temple shook around them. Zack stumbled outside as the walls began collapsing behind him. The celebration turned into chaos as people screamed and ran for their lives. The mighty king who mocked Samson was powerless as the temple came crashing down. When the dust finally settled, the great temple was gone. Zack looked back one last time, hoping to see his friend again. And then, through the golden light, Samson appeared before Zack one final time.
Samson?
With peace in his eyes, Samson smiled at Zack. Then Samson faded into the light and was gone. As the dust settled, a glowing portal suddenly appeared before Zack. Zack turned back one last time at the ruins of the fallen temple.
Goodbye, Samson.
With fear and courage, Zack stepped toward the portal, and Samson prayed to the Lord. Sovereign Lord, remember me. Please, God, strengthen me just once more. Judges 16:28. Thank you for joining Zack's adventure through the Bible. Never forget, with God, even the impossible is possible.
See you in the next adventure.